In this video, we'll install and review a new instrument cluster display for Tesla Model 3 and Y. It shows all critical car information such as speed, tire pressure, battery range, and even proximity to an obstacle while mimicking the original Tesla display. What's going on, everyone? Today we have yet another big installation and review in our channel. Today we're installing the instrument cluster display. One of the biggest complaints I hear from current and prospective Tesla Model 3 and Model Y owners are that the car lacks a traditional looking instrument cluster in the front. Well, there's that big screen that you can look at on the side. Many people are not comfortable looking at that screen, and they are looking for alternatives where they can have the traditional looking instrument cluster directly in their view. Last year we reviewed 2 different instrument clusters, and today is another instrument cluster. This one is really different than the other instrument clusters we have reviewed in the past, and I'm really excited to bring a detailed installation and review video for you all. If it is the first time you're watching one of our videos, we do crazy installations in this channel where we make detailed step-by-step installation guides and honest reviews about so many different products on a Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. If you like what you see here today, and if you found today's video helpful, please consider being a channel subscriber. Let's start with the installation guide, and then I'm going to tell you all about this display, how it operates, the demo of the display, and my likes as well as my dislikes. This display comes with a dash split in 2 pieces with hardware to connect them together. All you have to do is bring them together and put one of the display piece through these pins on the other piece. Now all you have to do is put the screws that are supplied by the manufacturer and secure them together. On your Tesla Model 3 or Y, you will need to use a pry tool to remove the side dash buttons. The panel is held down by 3 plastic tabs. Then use a pry tool to remove the top bracket. If you have a 2021 Tesla Model 3 or Y, these top tabs come factory attached and you don't have to remove it. Do this same step on the other side. First, remove the side dash panel using a pry tool, then remove the top bracket depending on your Tesla model. You can simply pull up on the dash and it will come right out. Start pulling up on the dash on one side and make your way to the other side. You shouldn't need much force to remove this dash, so just be careful when you're removing it. Next, reach under the passenger side footwell and remove these 4 plastic screws using a pry tool. There are 2 connectors that you have to remove as well. You can simply pull up on the speaker cable and it will come out. For the ambient light plug, you have to pinch on the middle tab and while holding that tab, pull the connector out. Now this next part is the hardest part of the installation. You have to reach under the footwell and remove a gray plug from the Tesla computer. There is no easy way to do this, but I have found that being in this position helps. Since it is hard to show you with the camera down there, let me do a demonstration of what you are supposed to do. Imagine this is the Tesla plug that is connected to the computer. You have to push on this middle tab and while holding that tab, pull the plug out. Then grab the new harness that came with the kit and insert the male Tesla plug into the female plug of the new harness. Then take the male plug of the new harness and insert it into the Tesla computer. You'll have 2 more male plugs. This skinny plug that is tad long will plug into the small control box that came with the kit. The other male plug will connect to the display later. I highly recommend you turn off the display prior to disconnecting the Tesla plug. This is what it looks like with those plugs inserted into the respective slots. Here's the female and male for the new plug, and then the male plug of the new harness goes to the Tesla's OBD computer. Remove this side door panel. Take the male plug that will connect to the display and insert it through the bottom footwell into this side. Route the cable behind this Tesla cable harness. Check your original dash to see if you have a Velcro or if you have these plastic tabs. If you have a Velcro here, you don't have to do anything. If you have these plastic tabs like mine, then remove the Velcro cover from the new dash using a screwdriver and insert these white plastic tabs that came with the kit instead. Finally, you will have to remove the original metal tabs from your OEM dash and insert them in the new one. You can simply push in the middle and pry them out. Installing those on the new dash is the exact same process. Next, you can simply insert the plug we routed earlier into the female port of the display. For cable management, insert the harness through this port and route it through the top here and ensure the cable won't interfere with other clips. Then simply push on the new dash and ensure all clips are aligned. Don't force the dash, it shouldn't take much effort. You can hide the USB port on this side pocket, or you can also route it all the way to the glove box if preferred. That is it for the installation. The display should power on its own. Now install everything back that we removed earlier. including the dash panels, the door panel, and the bottom footwell panel. This is what it shows. The car color automatically syncs with your car. On the left shows the temperature and time. In the middle, you can see tire pressures. On the right side, it shows the battery range both in percentage and miles. In the very middle, you first see the headlights during the night time. Then in the very top middle section, there is this current gear selection while parked, but it also shows the current speed while driving in big fonts. This is also where you'll see the turn signals and hazard signals. Right underneath that line are the gear selections, which get highlighted with the current gear selection. In the very bottom of that middle box, you'll find the total odometer on the left side and the current trip miles on the right side. It also accurately shows the seatbelt sign and the seat. The display brightness is automatically adjusted when you adjust the main Tesla screen brightness. You don't have to do anything extra with the display. It is in sync with the actual Tesla display, and whenever you adjust the brightness, it adjusts on that display as well. It accurately shows the front, trunk, and door open and close and mimics exactly what is on the Tesla screen. It also shows the proximity sensor readings on both front and rear and mimics the Tesla screen when either backing up or going in front and there is an obstacle. To access the settings menu, all you have to do is press and hold on this left scroll wheel button, and while holding that button, swipe up on this right scroll wheel. So press and hold and swipe up, and the menu will appear. To get out of this menu, all you have to do again is press and hold on this left scroll wheel button and swipe down, and the menu will go away. So once the menu option is populated, to go between those options, you have to just use the right scroll wheel. So you can go between different options. So we got the time format, the time zone. You can change the time zone, language, tire pressure, temperature, and then just the software version that is currently installed on this display. And to make a selection or go to that particular option, all you have to do is press on this left scroll wheel once, and then that menu pops up. And you can use the right scroll wheel again to go between that. And to make a selection, you reach to your desired selection and just press once on this left scroll wheel, and that is selected, and that is the choice. Now all you have to do is press on this left scroll wheel and get out of the setting, and that setting is now saved. One apparent bug with this display is that as soon as I press on the brakes, this hazard lights turn on. As you can see, there are no hazard lights here in the Tesla, so the car is not actually turning on those hazard lights, but this display does. I'm pressing on my brakes and I'm turning on the indicator here, turn signal. Right here, it shows that I'm trying to make a left turn, but right here is flashing the hazard sign because I'm pressing on the brake. If I let go of the brake, then it is correct. Here's my verdict after using it for about a week. Let's start with my likes, and I'm gonna move on to my dislikes and suggestions for future releases. I definitely like that I can see all the critical information directly in my field of view. I don't have to look towards the right to see any of the car's info. I see my speed, I see my current range, I see various other information directly in front of my eyes. I have been driving with this display for about a week. There are some apparent bugs that we're going to talk about in my dislikes, but aside from those bugs, it is a really great display. It has a really nice and sleek looking UI. It mimics more of the Tesla's UI in my opinion, and it looks factory, as if it came with the car, especially because it has its own dash. It just doesn't look add-on. It looks more of a factory OEM look, and it mimics more towards the refreshed Model S and X that they have a similar kind of a display. I really like that the display shows proximity sensor and it mimics exactly what the Tesla is showing. So if you are backing up to a tight space and the proximity sensors are going off on your Tesla, you also see that exact information in this display. This is something that the other two displays that I reviewed in the past did not show. I also like that this display is going to continuously get better over time through software updates. So having that software update functionality where you can put a USB flash drive and being able to update the display is a huge plus. In the camera and my footages, you might see some glare, but it is not that bad at all. It is really good. There is not a lot of glare, even driving directly towards the sunlight. If you see it from the side, yeah, there is some glare, but straight looking at it, the brightness, it is really bright, and the type of background that they they are using, there's not a lot of glare, so I'm not concerned with the glare at this point. Aside from the white finish, you can also get wood finish, you can also get ABS carbon fiber pattern, or even a black finish. So whatever interior that you have or whatever color that you want, there is a few options in their website. Now moving on to some of my dislikes and suggestions for the manufacturer. First of all, this display being a brand new product has some bugs that they need to clear out. And they think that these bugs are caused by the recent V11 software update with Tesla. They say that those bugs weren't there before the V11 update and they came when we had that V11 update. So I'm hoping that they can fix those patches really quickly, but again, I do not know when they plan on doing that. I haven't yet received the software update to fix these issues. First of all, as I said before, when you press on the brakes, the hazard signs come on. And that could be really annoying depending on where you're driving. Every time you press on the brakes, the hazard signs just pop up. And if you have the turn signal turned on, so if you're trying to go right and you have the turn signal, you are not going to know if you're pressing on the brakes because the hazard signs are on. You have to let go of the brake and then you will see which side you are about to turn based on the turn signal indicator. So I really hope the manufacturer fixes that issue very soon. But again, I have no timeline or commitment on when they plan on doing that. I also saw that the speed limit is not synced up well. So right now, every time I drive, I see either 16 miles per hour limit or 19 miles per hour limit, and neither of those are accurate. In my area, there is either 15 miles or there is 30 miles. Whatever Tesla is showing, this display is not showing in terms of speed limit. So that could be confusing at times. It has shown 99 miles per hour speed limit at one point in my garage. So it is just trying to read that speed limit, but I don't think it is syncing up well. Again, I hope that they fix this with the software patches soon. Finally, it does not sync with the day or night on the Tesla's display. So when I change between the dark and light mode, the display does not change based on that input. With this current display, the new display, somehow it is set at 5:30 p.m. The display is gonna go dark, regardless of what the Tesla screen shows. Even if the Tesla screen is white, the display turns dark when it reaches 5:30 p.m. And I believe in the morning it's like 6:30 a.m. the display turns white. So that is another patch that they need to put in through software update to fix that so that it is in tune with the Tesla's display. What does work is that when you slide the brightness setting, you can still sync that with the Tesla's screen. So when you change the brightness on the Tesla screen, the brightness also changes on the new screen. But the light versus dark, that does not work with the Tesla screen. I would also like the manufacturer to add some kind of an indication when I enter the autopilot mode. Right now, when the car is driving and I turn on my autopilot, nothing changes on this display. So I have no way of knowing just looking directly in front of me that if I'm in autopilot or traffic over cruise control or if I'm driving normally, I would have to look on the Tesla screen. I mean, I know I turn on the autopilot, so I'm in autopilot, but it just would be nice to see that indication or some kind of a message that pops up on the screen that says autopilot in autopilot mode or autopilot turn on, something like that would be really helpful. Another one of my dislike is this product is only available right now to the left-hand drive market. So all of my subscribers from other than the United States and who live in the right-hand drive market, this product is not quite available because of where the cut is, where the display is. It would have to be on the other side, and they haven't made that product yet. At least with this supplier, at least with this seller, it is only available on the left-hand drive markets. This display does not have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, map, any of that advanced functionality. And they do claim that it will have it in the future, but I wouldn't really count on it. This display is not touchscreen, and there is no indication of how they are going to make that Apple CarPlay available on this display. It doesn't emit any Bluetooth, so in my personal opinion, they would have to add an entire Bluetooth module or make the wired CarPlay work with some kind of an app. But again, without having a touch screen, I don't know how that is going to work as well. So I don't have very much hope that this particular version of the display, version 1 of this display, is going to ever have those advanced features. Maybe on version 2 with hardware changes, they're going to make it happen, but only time will tell. So just know that going in, software update might not get you all of those features in the future. The current pricing for this display is towards the higher end than what I was expecting, but do understand that this display comes with its own dash and it looks very slick, it is very integrated, you're not having to add anything to the display, it comes as a whole piece. So there is some benefit to that you are getting an entire new dash for that price. The UI is really cool, and also keep in mind that price is the total price you're gonna pay that you see on the website. If you live outside of the state of Georgia, you don't have to pay sales tax when you purchase this. And also EV Shop offers 15 days of free returns. So let's say you get the display and you don't like the display, then you can just send it back within 15 days and you won't be charged for anything. Also, you will save 10% off of the total cost if you use my discount code Shiva Tesla. So if you go through the affiliate link that I have in my description below and then just put the code Shiva Tesla, it will knock off 10% of whatever price that you see on the website. So do take advantage of that if you're going to check it out. With the EV Shop, so far I have had great experience. You know, their prices are a bit higher than other manufacturers. I think because they have a whole catalog, variety of catalog product in their website. Plus, they do value the customer service. They have been on it. They have been emailing me back and forth about this display, some of the issues that I'm having. So they have been taking care of me. And some of you also emailed me back with your experience dealing with EV Shop in the past that, you know, you got a really good customer service. I'm not sugarcoating anything here. You know, I did work out a deal with EV Shop to receive this display to test it out, but I'm likely going to send this display back because it doesn't fully meet the expectations that I have about this display. It doesn't have any of those advanced features. I just wanted to showcase this display to you all. So in case you wanted this display in the current as-is state, expecting like the software update might never come, all the issues that I'm having right now might stay as is. So if you are aware of all of that, I wanted to show you this display exists and what it offers. Another thing is the airflow. I always get this question after reviews of similar displays in the past. How bad is the airflow? Well, anything that you put on your way, the path of the airflow towards your face, there is going to be some airflow blockages. So you're not going to get 100% of that air just blown in your face directly. Because there is a little curvature on this display, all the air is still flowing. It's just going kind of towards the up. So if you are a shorter person, you might not get all of the air. It's going to go towards the top. So there is some concerns with the airflow. It's not that bad, but it's also not great. You're not going to get all of that airflow that you're used to getting directly on your face with nothing in front of you. Finally, telling you that autopilot plug, removal of that autopilot plug is difficult is an understatement. So if this is your first time you are removing that plug, here I have removed that so many times that it's super loose now. I can just take it out, and still for that, I have to get on a certain position to be able to remove that. So that autopilot plug is really, really difficult to remove if this is your first time. So just give yourself a lot of time and patience while installing this if you are going to install one. Having said all of the above, is this display for everyone? Absolutely not. This display is for those of you who want a traditional looking instrument cluster display that is more integrated and feels more of an OEM look inside your car. This display is also for those of you who are like myself. I love modifying my car and make it look different than everybody else's. So this display is a pretty great choice for me and for those of you who love modifying your cars as well. I'm going to keep you updated on more future updates on this display. I might or might not keep this display, but I just wanted to let you know that I'll keep you updated. If the manufacturer says, hey, we have updated this display and these are all the features, then I'm going to make a review video later on showing you all those updates. And you know, if they bring CarPlay, I will do another review showing you the CarPlay functionality and whatnot. But I just wanted to know your feedback. You know, would you consider installing this display? What are your concerns about doing this display? You know, what do you think about the price point? What do you think about the installation? Please let me know in the comment section below. Those comments really help me bring more and more videos in the future to really understand, you know, what type of product I should be reviewing in this channel. That'll do it for today's video. I have some super big installations and review coming in our channel soon, so stay tuned for all of those videos. As always, thank you very much for your continued support, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.